Hello everyone. Welcome to our new lecture. Now in this lecture we are going to study about the cellular energy. In the previous lecture we have studied about the cell wall and cell membrane. Okay. Now let us see what is cellular energy. Now you can see a question, how do substances travel in the cell? Okay, so किसी भी सेल में जो इम्पोर्टेंट सब्सटेंसेस होते हैं, इम्पोर्टेंट मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं, वो सेल तक पहुंचते कैसे हैं या फिर सेल में ट्रैवल कैसे करते हैं। सो इसका रीज़न ये है कि जो सेल होता है उसका स्ट्रक्चर इस तरीके से होता है कि उससे आर पार लिक्विड्स का फ्लो हो सकता है। और हमारे बॉडी में सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट जो लिक्विड पाया जाता है वो क्या है? वो है ब्लड। सो जो ब्लड है वो एक्चुअली क्या है? करियर है इम्पॉर्टेंट सब्सटेंसेस का, इम्पॉर्टेंट मॉलिक्यूल्स का सेल के लिए। ओके, नाउ डेफिनेटली सेल क्या कर रहा है? हमारे बॉडी में फंक्शंस परफॉर्म कर रहा है। हम सब जानते हैं कि किसी भी वर्क को परफॉर्म करने के लिए एनर्जी की ज़रूरत होती है। तो सेल को भी बहुत सारे वर्क परफॉर्म करने के लिए किसकी ज़रूरत है? एनर्जी की ज़रूरत है। और उसी एनर्जी को हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? सेलुलर एनर्जी बोलेंगे। क्या बोलेंगे? सेलुलर एनर्जी। ओके, सो what activities cell is performing? Your two activities are enlisted. One is endocytosis and second is exocytosis. So let us see what is endocytosis. The endocytosis is nothing but when cell gulp or engulf food and other substances from outer environment. So it is the process where cell is going to take or consume the food, okay, or other important molecules from the blood. So that process is nothing but endocytosis. Okay, and what is exocytosis? It is the process wherein the cell is going to excrete waste materials out of cell. Okay, so after consuming the food, definitely cell is going to excrete the materials which are not required to the cell. Okay, so the unwanted waste material is going to be eliminated by the cell, and that process is called as exocytosis. Okay, so these are the processes where cell will require some amount of energy. Okay, so to perform endocytosis and exocytosis, cell will require the energy, and that energy is called as cellular energy. It is called as cellular energy. Okay, now the processes those that don't consume cellular energy, or the process which will not require the energy generated by the cell or used by the cell. Okay, so number one, that is diffusion. Okay, so in this process cell is not going to consume the energy. So what is the process? Entry or exit of small molecules like O2 and CO2. Okay, so the entrance of O2 and exit of CO2 from the cell or within the cell. Okay, this process is called as diffusion, and it will not require the cellular energy. Okay, to perform this process, cell is not going to consume the cellular energy. Another process is osmosis. Now, the traveling of water from a part with more water to a part with less water through a selectively permeable membrane is osmosis. What is the definition of osmosis? You can see here, the traveling of water from a part with more water to a part with less water, okay, through a selectively permeable membrane is called osmosis. Okay, so suppose on this side more water is there, okay, and on this side less water is there, and between these two solutions we will find a membrane. Okay, and this membrane is a permeable membrane. Okay, permeable membrane means that will allow some type of liquid to flow within it or through it. Okay, so that is permeable membrane. So when the water from the high volume area or high density area will go to the area where the water is less. That process is called as osmosis. Okay, it is nothing but osmosis. Now, there are three physical processes or possibilities of this process. Okay, so this process can be attained or can be achieved via three ways. Okay, so we can see here the osmosis in plant cell is represented in the form of illustration, and the osmosis in animal cell is also represented here. Okay, now the three ways or three possibilities are when the solution is isotonic in nature. Second possibility, when the solution is hypotonic in nature. And the third possibility is that when the solution will be hypertonic solution. So let us see what is isotonic solution. Now medium outside and inside the cell has same proportion of water, and water doesn't go in or out. Okay, so on the left side water is same, and on the right side also same amount of water is there. Okay, on both the side, if the amount of water is same and there will be no flow of the water on either side, that type of solution will be called as isotonic solution. Okay, the next is hypotonic solution. So in this case the cell has less water than outside medium. Okay, so suppose this is the inside medium and this is the outside medium. So water in the outside medium will be more and the water in the inside medium will be less. So in that case, water from the outside medium will enter in the inside of cell. Okay, so water will flow from outside to inside of the cell, and this is called as endomosis. What it is called? It is called as endomosis. Okay, keep this in mind. Now example is given here. If resins are kept in water, after some time they swell and become turgid. Okay, if you take a beaker or a glass, and in that glass if you keep resins, okay, kishmish, and you pour some water in it, after some time you will observe that resins are going to absorb some water, and their volume will increase, their size will increase, and they will become turgid. Okay, that means they will swell. So this is nothing but the endomosis. Okay, and the solution generated here is hypotonic solution. Next is hypotonic solution, hypertonic. Okay, remember the word properly. A lot of times students get confused in these two terms, that is hypotonic and hypertonic. Okay, there is some difference between these two terms. Now what is hypertonic solution? The cell has more water than the outside medium, so water comes out of the cell. Okay, now in this case, in the inside medium we will find more water, and in the outside medium the water is going to be less. So what will happen, that the water from the inside medium will flow outside of the cell. Okay, and such type of solution are called as hypotonic solution. Example is given here. If fruit pieces are kept in thick saturated sugar solution, the water from the fruit pieces enter the sugar solution. So the fruit pieces shrink after a while. So in this case also what you can do, now take a glass, okay, put some resins in it, okay, and instead of water pour the sugar solution. Okay, instead of water you will going to pour sugar solution in the glass. Now what will happen, that water from the resin or the liquid from the resin will flow out and it will be mixed to the sugar solution, and you will see that the resins are going to be shrink. Okay, that means their size is going to be reduced. If plant cell or animal cell is kept in hypotonic solution, water comes out of the cell by the process of exomosis. Okay, exosmosis. So this process is called as exosmosis, and there is contraction of cytoplasm. This process is called as plasmolysis. Okay, so when exosmosis will take place. In that case, you will see the cytoplasm of the cell is going to contract. Okay, and this contraction of cytoplasm is referred as plasmolysis. It is called as plasmolysis. Okay, so this is all about isotonic, hypotonic, and hypotonic solution, and all about the cellular energy. Now, in the next lecture, we will study some of the important cell organelles. Okay, so until then, goodbye.